While watching a figure skating competition, some of you may often wonder how exactly did the judges come up with those scores? Well, the technical side of figure skating scoring follows a complex system that can be broken down to each technical element of a program. Today, I will tell you how the scoring works when it comes to spins, and to keep it simple, I will focus on single skating for now, so excluding pair spins and then spins. If you would like to see an overview of the entire scoring system or the technical elements themselves first before going into the details, check out my other videos in the description below. To review the basics, a score of a technical element is made up by the base value and the grade of execution, or GOE for short. Here you can see the tag box that's usually in the top left corner of your screen during a program, showing the base value and the GOE of the last executed technical element. Once an element is executed, each judge evaluates it on a scale of -5 to +5 depending on the quality of the element. Then, based on the trimmed mean of the judges' scores, the grade of execution is calculated for each entry, which is then added to, or if it's a negative, deducted from the base value. Today, I will focus on the base value and GOE of spin elements. The base value of a spin depends on its type and level, and just like the jumps, they are also listed in the base value table released by the ISU. You will find a link to the complete table in the description, but here you can already see a part of this table with the listed positions, which are upright, layback, camel, and sit. An upright spin is in any position, which is not a camel position, with the skating leg extended or slightly bent. Despite being listed separately, the layback spin is actually a subcategory of the upright spin, but in this position the head and shoulders are leaning backwards with the back arched. During a camel spin, the free leg is extended backwards with the knee higher than the hip level, while in a sit spin, skaters assume a low position with the upper part of the skating leg at least parallel to the ice. These spins vary in many ways depending on the position of the free leg and the arms. Positions can be combined for a combination spin. The skater can change foot during a spin for a change foot spin, and a jumping or flying entry will make a flying spin. The addition of each of the above features makes the execution more difficult and therefore raises the base value. Here, just below Monechiba's amazing flying spin combination with change of position and change of foot, you can see the base value of each level of this advanced spin element with bold in the middle. Beside the type of the spin, the base value is also determined by the level, which goes from basic all the way up to 4, with level 4 having the highest base value. These levels are awarded based on the following level features. A difficult variation, meaning the movement of a body part which requires more physical strength or flexibility and has an effect on the balance of the main body core. A change of foot executed by jumping. A jump within a spin without changing the foot. A difficult change of position on the same foot. A difficult entrance. A difficult exit. At least 8 revolutions without changes in position, variation, foot, or edge, or a difficult variation of a flying entry. For selected spin variations, such as sit, camel, layback, Biellmann, or other difficult variation of an upright position specifically, additional level features are a clear change of edge, both directions immediately following each other, clear increase of speed, as well as a difficult blade feature. Additional level features for layback spin specifically are one clear change of position backwards, sideways, or reverse, with at least 2 revolutions in each position, or a Biellmann position after a layback spin, a well-known challenging position named after former figure skater Denise Biellmann. These level features can be counted once per program, except for the difficult variation point, which can be counted more than once if it's combined with the permitted features. In order to receive a level 4, at least one of the features highlighted in bold must be counted, similarly so, only once per program. Spins can also lose from the base value and receive a V in the case of the following mistakes: stepping over instead of a clearly visible jump in a flying spin, missing position, or missing a certain number of revolutions. The accumulation of these errors is also reflected in the GOE, which brings us to the judges' guidelines for the GOE. To receive a positive GOE for a spin, the judges consider the following points: good speed and or acceleration during the spin, controlled and clear positions, effortless execution, maintaining a centered spin, creativity, and the element must also match the music. The judges put even more focus on the first three bullet points highlighted in bold, as they all must be present in order for the spin to receive the highest GOE options of +4 or +5. On the other hand, judges reduce the GOE if they see a spin not corresponding to the music, a poor, weak, or awkward position, low speed, a touchdown with the free foot or the hands, loss of balance, a poor exit, an unbalanced number of revolutions in a change foot spin, or traveling, meaning that the skater doesn't manage to keep the spin in one place on the ice. Finally, in the case of more serious mistakes, the judges not only reduce the GOE, but they are also required to keep an upper limit of +2 overall. These errors can be a fall, missing 1 or 2 revolutions, missing 3 or more revolutions, the change of foot poorly done, or a poor fly and or incorrect takeoff or landing. So this would be the breakdown of how the spin elements in single skating are scored. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. You will find my sources in the description below, and if you have any questions or anything to add, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comments. If you are interested, check out my video about the jumps, and I will see you soon with a breakdown of the scoring of the step and choreographic sequences.